Welcome to this video on how to use for loops in Java. My name's Andy Wicks, but the code for this program was created by Dr. Chris Walshaw, Dr. Kate Finney and Dr. Don Cowell of the University of Greenwich. Before I go into the details of the code, let me show you the program running. It asks me how many stars I'd like, and if I said 5, it would print out a row of 5 stars in the output area at the bottom here. It's not a very complicated program, so let me talk you through it. First, I'm going to ask for the user how many stars they would like. That's just the standard show input dialog. That returns a string, so I need to convert that string into an integer so that I can use it in my loop. Now comes the clever bit. This loop here, the loop that I'm looking at to do all the work, is very simple. It just contains one line, and that one line prints out a single star. That single star is printed however many times I tell it to print it, and that's what a for command does. It says do this logic a set number of times. Now I'm going to create a variable called counter, so it's an integer variable called counter, and I'm setting it equal to 0. That's the first part of the for command. Now comes the condition. I want the commands inside the curly brackets to be repeated until whilst counter is less than the number that the user input. So if the user inputs 5, I keep doing this whilst counter is less than 5. And finally, I have some action that gets taken after the end of each loop. So counter is going to be incremented by 1, going to have 1 added to it every time it goes round. Plus plus means add 1. So now I've got a loop that contains one statement. The statement prints out a star, and it's going to do that printing out a star however many times the for loop tells it to. So if the user enters 5, it's going to create n as 5, it's going to create counter as 0, and then it's going to check whether 0 is less than 5. Yes, 0 is less than 5, so it prints out a star and adds 1 to counter. Counter is now 1. The first bit is ignored. We still check to see whether counter is less than n. Is 1 less than 5? Oh yes, it is. So we print out another star and add 1 to counter. Counter is now 2. Is 2 less than 5? Oh yes. So we print out another star and we add another 1 to counter. Counter is now 3. 3 is still less than 5, so we print out another star. 3, we add 1 to the counter, making it 4. 4 is less than 5, so we print out the star, add 1 to the counter, which now becomes 5. 5 is not less than 5, it's the same as, so the loop stops. So this will happen however many times the user asked it to. And at the end, the system out println just makes sure that our build successful is on the next line. So let me show you that program running again. How many stars do I want? If I say 12 and click OK, I get a row of 12 stars.